Okay, so with with this video, just like my other intro videos, this will be a lot shorter, and it won't be as in depth as the videos I'll make after this. Um, with this topic, also magic. Just wanted to point that out before I started. So, like with everything, the best thing to start with is the origin, and it's a big misconception from many people that are involved in magic and outside of magic, that don't understand that magic is a part of the universe. It's part of reality. It isn't a uh, necessarily a subject. It is part of the makeup of reality and a manipulation of that reality. Now, understanding how to manipulate reality is is immense. To be given the permission, if you will, of the universe to manipulate reality is in its most simplest form is magic. And of course, achieving such a thing is incredibly hard, which is why we see very few people today not only connected with magic or practicing magic, but just accepting that magic is even real in the first place. That is a massive disconnect from the ancient world. Again, like with so much in the world currently, the ancient world has been shut down, as we know, and magic is a huge part of that world. Um, when you look at the ancient cultures of Kemet, of Sumer, there was a lot to do with magic across the world. Not just those places, I should point out, but those are two of the oldest places when it comes to written or recorded history, I should say. So it's obviously those it's a very long time ago, and a lot of people, I think, believe that the world has kind of moved on into science or new, updated, or modern technology. What they don't understand is that those are basically very basic forms and small compared to magic forms of magic itself, because science itself is, first of all, is an inquiry. Science is to inquire into reality and into the universe, right? Magic is a manipulation after the inquiry. Very much the same as technology. Technology, once again, is a use or change of reality. You use different use of methods and so on. And everything that's done with technology, especially modern technology like laptops and computers and stuff like that, again, are a manipulation of reality and just a lesser form of magic. And I don't think this is spoken about a lot by people. I'm not sure why, but the ancient world was a place where, again, with with the pyramid texts, um, Zoroastrianism, many things in the world, many people and many places have written about magic before, and what of course will continue today. And the thing is, with those books, what people don't understand, for example, if we talk about, say, the Lesser Key of Solomon, which is a very popular magic book. When you read the book itself, what you'll find is it's written to Rehoboam. Rehoboam is Solomon's son. It's not written for you and I. It's not written for the entire world. It was written to his son. And it tells you in the intro of the book that it was actually hidden away. The secrets of these books that are now sold in bookshops across the world and repeated across the world. You know, Solomon's sigils are used in all sorts, used in programs, films, anime. They are his personal designs. He drew them himself. And they weren't necessarily there to be drawn for, they weren't drawn for everyone, as I say. And the books, as I say, were written for his son and for various people. Now, those people that the books were written for would be family members, would be people, humans with souls, and of course, people that Solomon wanted to find it later on in life. See, what you have to understand with Solomon is he was a son of the universe. Much like people say Jesus, son of God, Solomon, long before religion, long before these type of things, would have been known as those types of religion, I should say, Christianity, stuff like that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that so people can understand the difference, or I should say what religion has taken from Magick. But going back to Solomon, he is a son of the universe. So he had obviously various permissions that other people did not have. What some people would call a god. And it is, as I have come to understand, it is the truth that he was very aware of the future. So a lot of people who were very powerful magicians or wizards, sorcerers, whatever you wish to call them, in the ancient world were very aware of the possibility that the world would be the way it is today. And that might be very hard for some people to understand and to take in, but if you invest your time and your understanding, the universe will show you that that is the truth. And it's not as inconceivable as you might imagine. So that is another reason as to why he hid the information away, in terms of the rituals and the ceremonies. And also that you must understand that those ceremonies and rituals that are written in the book regarding Solomon's spirits and demons is that they are sacred relationships between Solomon and those demons. And you must understand that a demon is originally a spirit who was originally a human. Okay, so they have decided to become demons. So the relationship between Solomon and those demons was personal. Okay, it's very disrespectful, which I see many people doing, which is what they do is they go to shops, they buy the Lesser Key of Solomon and various other magical books. They do as the ceremonies tell them to, and nothing happens. And of course they then go online and say the book's rubbish, magic's nonsense, doesn't exist, blah blah blah. Okay, that's not how magic works. People, because they are lazy and because they have no connection to these things in the first place, should have nothing to do with it. And that is the truth. Many people pick up magic books for entirely the wrong reasons. They think they can earn money from it. They think they can find secrets. They think they can change people's minds. And although those things are very possible, you have to understand, as I said at the start of this video, this is about universal permission. You yourself have to be a certain person or a certain character that undertakes certain behaviors before the universe allows you to reach an end or to have success with these ceremonies. That is why so many people fail, because they themselves don't deserve to reach an end, or they themselves are not the right people for such things. And of course, there are many reasons to say that, okay? You must understand that interacting with spirits and demons is, of course, not a joke. Many people around the world will tell you spirits don't exist, demons don't exist, and so on, and that is likely because they've either been scared to death by meeting one of them, or they have, of course, never encountered some, which is very, very possible. Okay, again, I have to compare it to the ancient world, because the ancient world was very, very different in the same sense that spirits, demons, and various other life forms would roam Earth. They don't roam Earth the same way today, because Earth is an incredibly different place, and the psyche of human beings is very different. And many human beings cannot handle the sight and the experience of interacting with spirits and demons, because it is on a much higher level of understanding the universe. And many people, unfortunately, don't undertake that journey. They are, consumed with work, television, celebrities, all of the kind of surface things that we see in the Western world that has massively branched out and reached into all sorts of indigenous people, people that are, miles and miles away from cities still are touched upon by this stuff, by pollution, by indoctrination, conditioning, and so on. So you have to sometimes look at the state of the world before you kind of start to understand why magic isn't as popular as it could be today. So, as I was saying, going back to the relationship between Solomon and his demons, as I said, these demons, were originally spirits who were, of course, originally humans. Now, they are not subject to the same treatment as they were with Solomon. Okay, they, as I said, built a relationship with him, and they have, of course, not built many relationships with many other humans because, well, for whatever reasons that they choose. And you must people must understand this, that when you try to invoke or request the presence of a spirit, let alone a demon, you are, of course, opening yourself up to a lot of promise, but you're also opening yourself up to a lot of issues also, because, as I said, the relationship that developed between Solomon and his demons is not the relationship you have with a spirit or a demon. And spirit, the thing is, what people don't know very well is that spirits are, they have a huge advantage over human beings. Okay, what people don't know is that they know your thoughts and they know your feelings, because they are living in a state that is incredibly connected to the universe. So even though the human beings, or human beings with soul especially, are born from the universe and are incredibly connected, and are again likely to be treated differently to other humans without a soul, these spirits still know far more about you than you are ever likely to know about them. And that is why you will always be at a disadvantage, and why you always have to be so careful when addressing them and speaking with them. And that goes for family members that have died, that goes for people that you might have known. Things change when you die, or when you leave your body, I should say. Things change. If anyone has had conversations with spirits or demons, they'll understand exactly what I'm talking about, and how they can tell you things that can occur in your life that you have no idea is coming, and they can warn you of things, and they can tell you things, and you'll say to yourself, how can that possibly happen, or that can't, how's that person gonna do this, or how's that person gonna do that? And then when it happens, of course, you're stunned. And I think after a few times, like it happened with me, I quickly realised to just not doubt. just to go with my feeling, go with my heart, and go with my gut, and trust what certain people or spirits had said to me, and I am better for it, massively better for it. So, as I said, the demons that he had come to serve him or to have a relationship with him, sorry, I should say, were of course his 72 demons, or the Goetia. And the reason why it's important to note that it's 72 is because it's a symbol of 7, which is of course, a huge number in the universe. The same way 14 is, which is why it's 7 and 2, which is 2 sevens, or 7 plus 7, which would be 14. And the reason again why that's so important is because there are 14 dimensions in the universe. And of course, we know that we very much live in the third dimension, and can obviously traverse other dimensions through dreams, through astral projection, traveling, when we're sleeping, or I should say when we're in a different state. And so there's a lot more, there's a lot more than just the surface when it comes to magic. You must understand there is numbers involved, and an incredible amount of information, and I don't know what the right word would be, but just hidden things that are placed, to be honest, by the universe or by Solomon, for example. And so that once you reach a certain stage of information or a certain stage of knowledge or insight, that you can understand why these things are incredibly important, because they are a sign of respect to the universe. And that, well, when you're living within the universe, showing the universe respect is always a good idea for your life and for your experience while you live. And so, as I said, I did point out something about, I'd made a quick comment about religion. Now, the thing is with religion, that, again, religious history, and I think the easiest religious history, and one of the most popular to use when talking about this, of course, would be Christianity. And that's because not only is the Christianity story or narrative taken from Kemet, the actual movements of Jesus or Yeshua, depending on what you want to call him, he used magic. He walked on water, he turned blood into wine, I believe it was. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And that, of course, is magic. And not only was it pointed out that this was something that other people couldn't do, it was seen as a miracle. But of course, when we say who creates miracles, and that of course would be God. So it's very easy to understand why, when we talk about magicians, that they are obviously given permission by God to use magic, the same way Jesus in this story was able to create this miracle and use magic by God. It's exactly the same thing. There is no difference, okay? And you must understand that the Bible itself, when you read the Bible and you read, again, the Lesser Key of Solomon, you will be stunned by the way that these things are written. The way that they speak about God, about the universe, about everything to do with the ceremonies, with the rituals, and with respect and understanding, they are written almost identically. And that is because religion itself, as I said, is based off magic. Unfortunately, it has turned magic into something completely different, and also, unfortunately, I should say, the narrative of Satan is an attempted replica of the god Set, who was the god of deserts and storms in Kemet, and he unfortunately took the rap. And Satan is is made in his image. To be honest, it's not the idea that he is some sort of devil that exists in hell and so on. That is taken from Set. Same way Hades, and any other god of the underworld, because Set himself created the dimension that demons live in. So that's how you understand why we have Satan with his demons and his minions, because that was Set. And his relationship, of course, is questioned in terms of his relationship with the universe, the same way Satan's relationship is questioned with God. So, if you don't know, Satan is supposed to be the son of God cast out from heaven. The same with Set. The difference is that Set, of course, was not cast out of heaven, and in fact, what you will understand is that Set is a being of darkness, and I will do a video on this. And what people don't understand is that darkness is the absolute power of the universe. It's not like many people will have you believe, like religion would have you believe. It's the opposite. It's darkness. So not only is Set an incredibly dark being, he is a favourite of the universe. He's not hated like the religious narrative would tell you. He's loved by the universe because he is the very thing that the universe wants him to be. So look, listen, I understand this can be incredibly confusing because many of us have been taught the complete opposite to what I'm saying, and it has taken me a long time to understand this stuff. But I will do a video on darkness, as I say, and I think that it's important to talk about why the darkness is so important and how much it should be playing a part in your life, and well, likely isn't. So I will do a video on that as well. But I'll have to say, alongside the false narratives of religion, pardon me, we have false videos on magic, and like I've said in one of my other videos, you have to be incredibly careful when you're watching or listening to these videos, because you'll have a lot of people once again spreading misinformation. Now, I've had discussions with certain people who have created some of these videos and these channels, and what you must understand is you can get anything from these people. Okay, you can have people that have never even read a magic book in their life. You can have people that think that they know what the truth is, or you can have people that are just outright lying on purpose. And it's up to you as an individual to work that out. But I will say also that there are plenty of reptilians who create videos on magic, and of course they will not be able to use magic themselves. They have no connection to magic or the universe like that. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. And they often spread misinformation in their videos. And again, it's up to you to work these things out, unfortunately. I can't and I won't say the individuals whom I know are reptilians and are creating videos on magic and of course are lying and sending people into dead ends. But you have to, as I say, you have to be careful, and you have to really take your time and listen to what these people are saying to you. And one of the things that I will give you a hint on is that if they're telling you that this is easy and that you can reach an end or you can have success with these books without spending large chunks of your life changing who you are and behaving correctly under the universe, that they are lying to you. Because you will not have success without those things. I promise you that. That is the absolute truth. I don't think there's one thing I could be more sure of in my life. Honestly. So, be very careful when it comes to these things, because they can put you in a lot of trouble, and they can allow you to fool yourself into thinking that you can set yourself up with spirits. You can get spirits to do what you want, click your fingers, spirit will drop me some money and stuff like that. That is not how it works. It really isn't. And if you start to anger spirits and demons, there is not much you can do to stop them. This idea that you get your house blessed and stuff like that, or you can burn some sage, that's not how it works. Sage burns away spirits in general. They don't like it. So what that means is, you are not just burning away negative spirits, you're burning away or pushing away spirits that might be trying to help you at the same time. And that is why, you see, things like that, where people just say, well, I've got some sage with me, and I've heard so many people say, I've got some sage, I'll just burn some sage, that will help. It's so disrespectful. It's so lazy to think that you can stop an entity that doesn't even exist in the physical world the same way that you do by burning a plant. It's nuts to me. So we must take our time when it comes to these things, because yes, magic can be incredibly fantastic for your life, but most people, unfortunately, it won't be. And that is because of the misinformation and the unfortunate thing that spreading misinformation has become incredibly popular on YouTube these days. So take your time and keep your eyes and your ears open, and of course your third eye. I think I'll leave it at that for this video for now, but hopefully I will have the far deeper and more in-depth video on magic coming soon. Thank you.